Rams probably did themselves a favor setting up their lineup card to face a left-hander, because when Andy Mitchell struggled easily, Glenn George could have brought in a left-hander to face these Newton Rams, but seeing that the lineup was already built for left-handed pitchers, he just brought in another righty, which I think actually plays into the Rams' favor. So Coker, the second man to work here for the Generals, will face Bryce Avery, who's batting for the pitcher, Jason Lunsford. Avery on the year is at .211, 4 hits and 19 at-bats. Avery, the type that will get you some base hits, won't walk a lot. He is definitely a free hacker up there. Looking for a pitch to drive. Looking for the base hit. Stretch from Coker. He swings at the first offering and misses. It's 0-1. At second base is Middlebrooks. Actually, at second base is Matt Vaughn, the courtesy runner. We'll see Middlebrooks back in the top half of the second. So Vaughn at second here. 1 out. There's a swing at a high pop fly, first base side. Russell Brown looking to try to make the play, as is Josh O'Donnell. It's about a foot outside the fence. So 0-2 now to Avery. Andy Mitchell, the line on him, a third of an inning, 5 batters faced. So far he has allowed 2 runs, both earned. Make that 3 runs, both earned. Runner at second base is his responsibility. He allowed 3 hits in that third of an inning, walked a man, did not strike out anyone. The 1 out was a hard hit ball. This one just past the catcher, O'Donnell. A wild pitch. Vaughn's at third base. So the first inning has been the serious undoing here of the Shiloh Generals. Rams already with 3 and 90 feet away from pushing a 4th one across. Seems nice to have something like this after the affair that we had this past Friday. That game against the Brookwood Broncos wore some people out. 10 innings. Avery swings, bounces one foul, third base side. On deck batter Richie Cleary making the play. Cleary down on the 7th spot on the order. Hasn't had the highest of batting averages, but has certainly put up the extra base hits and the RBI for the Rams. Chris Coker, the right-hander, stretches with the runner at third, delivers. That one nearly hit Avery. He was bailing out of the way. So make it 2-2. The 3 hits for the Rams so far, a double from Easterday. He came around to score on the double from Hires. He scored on the single from Middlebrooks. Avery bounces one up the first base line this time. He's taking the hacks and bouncing the ball right around home plate, but all of them foul. So it continues, the count 2-2 to Bryce Avery. Parkview opened up their sub-region on Friday by beating the Berkmar Patriots 6-1. Rams and Panthers promised to be a great battle. He bounces another one at home plate foul. So credit Bryce Avery staying alive here. If nothing else, he's working Chris Coker for about a dozen pitches. With a count 2-2, Avery's fouled off about 4 straight, so that's at least 8 pitches there. Things like that are little things, and you don't really look at them to be very important, but in about the 4th or 5th inning, when Coker's thrown a good 60 or 70 pitches or more, then it becomes very important. He could tire easily, or they could chase him from the game. Here Avery swings and misses. He was bailing out toward first base on that pitch, having trouble keeping his head in. That's a strikeout. Second out here, and now Richie Cleary will be the batter. Cleary's at 207, 6 hits and 29 at-bats. A pair of homers for him and 6 RBI. Stands up near the front of the batter's box, taking away the breaking ball, an open stance. Stretch first pitch, fastball, low and outside. Coker is a hard thrower, but you know that Richie Cleary's eyes light up anytime he sees someone who likes to throw the fastball, because Cleary loves to hit the fastball. Stretch, the pitch. It's a fastball right on the outside corner. He took it for strike 1. Coker delivers. That's a breaking ball. Low and outside. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Richie Cleary, some amazing pitching stats this year, where he's done a lot of damage to other teams this year. Here, a fastball swung on and missed. Challenged Cleary, but just off the outside corner with that pitch. Richie's ERA at 2.67 is actually one of the higher ones on this team. 2.23, the team ERA. Richie takes a pitch low. So the count runs full here, 3-2. After the Griffin game, the team ERA was around 3, and that's pretty good in itself, but the team ERA has dropped almost a full point. Richie Cleary swings, bounces one foul, right off of Josh O'Donnell's mask at catcher. But Cleary has now struck out 28 in 21 innings. Coker delivers. It's a swing and a miss. Fastball off the outside part. So Chris Coker comes in and does the job, striking out Avery and Cleary. But not before the Rams pick up 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits. For Shiloh, there was 1 error. Newton left a man at third base, and after an inning of play, things looking good for the Newton Rams as they lead the Generals by a score of 3-0. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, every one comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430. Welcome back to Riverside Park. We have the Newton Rams against the Shiloh Generals this afternoon. 3-0 as we go to the second. Kevin Holden bringing you play-by-play action. Bill Dolan should be back with me sometime here this week, either tomorrow when the Rams and Winder Barrow Bulldogs go head-to-head, or Friday when the Rams take on a Bulldog of a different sort, the Rockdale Bulldogs. Of course, both of these games are weather permitting, and that is very important because the weather right now threatens to rain out both games, both Wednesday and Friday's games. Wednesday looks like more of a probable chance that the Rams won't play. About a 60% chance of rain tomorrow, but there will be some scattered showers Friday, so that promises to possibly disrupt the action. Lunsford, the lefty, delivering the first pitch into Eric Mathis, an off-speed that caught the outside corner. That slow curveball from Lunsford. Lefty versus lefty. He brings in another slow curve, and Mathis takes a big cut but misses. It's 0-2. After Eric Mathis, it's Chris Vader and David Platt. Rams scoring their 3 runs on 3 hits. Shiloh has 2 hits, but they have yet to push anything across. Actually, a good 0-2 pitch from Lunsford, a fastball about a foot outside, but just in the right spot to where you could have gotten Mathis to swing and miss. He wouldn't have been able to do much with that pitch. Lunsford looked disgusted with it. The 1-2 called strike 3, inside corner. He painted the corner. Nice pitch from Lunsford. And Mathis can do nothing but turn right and sit down, and that's the first out. Lunsford's first strikeout of the night. Weirdly enough, his 16th of the year in 16 2/3 innings. Again, we have to remind you that 8 of those came in one game against Forest Park, a team that did not manage a hit against the Rams until the 7th inning. Now here's Chris Vader. He takes a pitch low and inside. Lunsford is your typical junk ball left-hander. Has to understand a lot about pitching. He hasn't been blessed with the arm of a Richie Cleary. He winds, brings the 1-0 home. Hits high and tight, ball 2. But Lunsford understands the art of pitching, understands the art of changing speeds, the art of location, throwing strikes. He goes into the wind. His 2-0 pitch is on the way to Chris Vader. It's a swing and a miss. At the changeup, it's 2-1. Lunsford threw a game last year in JV ball in which it's rumored he threw 9 balls in a 7-inning game. The rest of the pitches were strikes. He winds, brings the 2-1 home. There's a liner toward right field. No one's going to get this. It bounces in for a hit into the corner. Cleary is over to cut it off. Brings it back in, headed for second is Vader. The throw there as he dives in, not in time. Vader with the double here with one down. Shiloh has another man in scoring position. It's another thing about Jason Lunsford. His lines usually don't look as pretty as the Rams line did against Brookwood. Rams retired the last 17 Brookwood batters. Lunsford will allow, in the course of a 7-inning game, maybe 8 or 9 base hits, but does what's necessary to keep them from scoring. Takes a look out at the left side of his infield. David Platt is the hitter. They're checking to see what will happen if the runner is headed for third base or if there's any kind of sacrifice play to move him over. Shiloh is famous for doing that. They love to push runners over. Stretch. Lunsford delivers. First one, the changeup outside. Vader leading away from second base. It's Moon who's been designated to hold him close. Stretch from Lunsford. He delivers. Swung on and foul tipped. 1-1. Rams have a great ploy here with Lunsford. If anything happens to him in the course of a game, they can come back in with someone like Luke Allen or Richie Cleary who just flat out throws hard. And after seeing Lunsford's off-speed stuff, hitters are really going to be fooled by the fastballs. Lunsford steps off, fakes the throw to second base. No one is near the bag. So Vader is back in. And Platt will see another offering. He'll swing and miss at it. It's 1-2. Lunsford using good location there just below the knees. Lunsford, with the way his location is, reminds you of another Ram left-hander who pitched here a few years back, Anthony Green, who went on to Emory University. Stretch the 1-2. Tipped foul. First base side. Goes into the Shiloh General dugout. Green lost only one game in his senior year at Newton County. The unfortunate thing is that for Green, he was essentially the only experienced pitcher on that staff, and with one pitcher, you have some trouble winning games, so the Rams could win whenever Green took the mound, but were about a 500 team otherwise. Lunsford brings it home. There's a swing and a pop fly to center field. The speedy Luke Allen is there. He made the catch, and that'll be the second out. People are still abuzz here about the catch that Allen made against Brookwood Friday. Leonard Schaefer drove one deep to right center field, probably about 340 feet, and Allen was playing him toward left center and even a little bit shallow, and running on his horse, made the catch over the shoulder, a la Willie Mays in the 1954 World Series. Now Matt Holloman, the DH, batting for Andy Mitchell. Stretch and the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1, and you can tell the general batters are fooled. They're well ahead of the off-speed pitches of Lunsford. The lefty takes a look in. Vader taking his lead away from second base. Takes a long look out at second base. Now he's set to go. Brings it home. They were looking for the bunt. Tried to go after the pitch but missed it. So it's 0-2. The Generals having trouble executing the fundamentals. Here at Riverside Park, a right-handed batter has a fairly good shot of poking one out of here. It's 320 down that line. To dead away center field, it's 360, and down the right field line, an even better shot of getting one out of the yard. It's 310 down that right field line. Middlebrooks gives the sign. He's setting up just off the outside corner. The 0-2 pitch is on the way. Curveball. It was in the spot where Middlebrooks set up, but that was off the plate. In the bottom of the second, we'll see Baker, Johnson, and Easterday. Moon is in behind the runner. Now goes back to his position. Easterday was back there for a second as well. Lunsford brings one inside. That was the fastball. Evens this count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the deuces are wild here with 2 down. We are in the second. A base hit off the bat of Chris Vader has him in scoring position, but Lunsford has been able to keep the Generals at base since the double. Here's the 2-2 pitch, lined into center field. On comes Allen. He won't get it. It's a base hit. They're going to hold the runner up, and a good thing, too, because that was an amazing throw by Luke Allen. The catcher, Chris Middlebrooks, caught that ball on the fly about eye level at home plate and would have had Chris Vader dead to rights at the plate by a good 10 or 15 feet. A nice throw from Luke Allen. Glenn George saw the arm of Allen, decided to hold up the runner. So it's a single for Holloman and the fourth base hit for the Generals. First and third with two down. Josh Odell bounced out to second last inning, and he will step up there. Where's a fitting number for a leadoff man? Number 1. Lunsford takes a look at first. He's going to go to first. In there safely is Holloman. Brookwood, for some reason, seemed infatuated with doing that. The Rams had several situations where they had runners at the corners, and Brookwood was trying to pick the runner off first base 3-4 times every time the Rams had that situation with runners at first and third. Lunsford's first pitch is high, ball 1. That doesn't seem too bad, but consider that the Brookwood Broncos bounced 3 pickoff throws at least, and you can understand that it was a rather dangerous thing to do. Odell awaits, and Lunsford instead goes to first. Came close to balking there. Holloman goes back in. The balk rule, the simply most misunderstood rule in the book. Anyone who can explain it probably should become a baseball historian, because you're definitely in a minority if you can't. 1-0 pitch to Odell is up high. Lunsford takes a quick glance at the Newton dugout. Joe Brassfield may be telling him to concentrate on the hitter instead of these base runners. 2-0, first and third, two down. Josh Odell awaits, and Lunsford goes to first again. Much closer play. Holloman is still back in, though. For the Rams, from this point forward, nothing but sub-region games, with one exception. They do have a game against Mount St. Joseph in a couple of weeks on a Saturday. Stretch from Lunsford, and the pitch. That's a strike right down the heart. 2-1. Tomorrow, weather permitting, it's Winder. Friday, it's Rockdale. Then after that, Parkview and Berkmar. Then the Rams will go back through and play every one of these teams in the sub-region again. Runners away from first and third. Swinging a high pop fly to left center field. Going after it is Johnson. Calling him off as Luke Allen. He makes the catch. Shiloh leaving 2 runners on base, 2 hits in the inning, but no runs across. It's 3-0 Rams going to the bottom half of inning number 2. Newton Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations, and you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. They are baseball names that you've come to know and love. Jones, McGriff, Justice, Maddox, Glavin. Join them and the entire cast of the 1996 Atlanta Braves right here on your sports leader, WGFS AM 1430. We'll be bringing you broadcasts of the Braves throughout the 1996 season and into the playoffs. The Braves on WGFS, brought to you by the Crow's Nest, Steele Jones Insurance Agency, and Pippin's Barbecue. 1996's Braves on WGFS.
We're back at Riverside Park at Newton High School. Rams will try to figure out Chris Coker here in the bottom half of the second inning. He came in the first with a runner at third and 1 down, and struck out Bryce Avery and Richie Cleary. So they'll try to see what they can do with him here in the second. Newton Ram baseball live on WGFS AM 1430, Covington, Georgia. Your leader for local sports. Join us this Saturday as we bring you Sports Source Weekly from 11 to 12. Myself and my executive producer, Todd Q. Chapman. He's my producer today, but we are co-hosts of Sports Source Weekly. Doyle Baker swings at the first offering and hits it in the air on the first base side. O'Donnell gives chase, but it's out of play. 0-1. Baker at .435 for the year, 10 hits and 23 at-bats. He leads the team in hits and in batting average. He's without a homer this year, but he has 6 runs driven in. Coker winds. The 0-1 delivery to Baker is the curveball. He was out in front of it, 0-2. Baker, I think, was expecting the fastball there. Let's see what Coker comes back with the 0-2 count. Just off the plate, ball 1. So just as much as Andy Mitchell did not have it, Chris Coker appears to be throwing well for the Generals. O'Donnell gives the sign. He's around the outside corner. Coker brings it home. Baker pops one high and deep to left field. Geely gives chase, and that ball bounces probably a foot outside the fence down the left field side. Baker gave that one a ride, but it's just a noisy foul ball, and it's still 1-2. Shiloh's defense straight away against Baker. They're a couple of steps back, especially up the middle. Stretch and the pitch to him. Hit high in the air to right field. Chris Vader is there, makes the play for the first out. So with one down, here's Johnson, another strong hitter for the Newton Rams, hitting .391. Traditionally, the Rams' leadoff man. In fact, against Brookwood Friday, Johnson bounced out in his first plate appearance, but after that, received bases on balls in 4 straight appearances. First time, he was retired 5 unassisted at third base. Second time, he scored. Third time, he was caught stealing. Fourth time, forced out on an attempted sacrifice bunt. In his first at-bat here, takes one outside. Johnson dropped to the number 9 spot in the South Metro Championship game against Columbia. Does it again here against the Generals. The wind by Coker. He brings it home, and Johnson pops it foul. Left side. It'll be out of play, so the count runs even, 1-1. The Rams don't appear too downtrodden by the doubleheader sweep of Troup County. Again, both were close games, and Rams feel they learned a lot from that doubleheader Saturday. A strike to Johnson on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Two 2-0 and 8-5, the score of those 2 games of the doubleheader. There's a curveball low, 2-2. Rams 9 wins, 3 losses, the other loss coming here at Riverside Park. Another pitch taken inside, ball 3. So the Rams only 1 loss at home this year. Of course, the number of home games the past couple of years has been cut down since the Rams don't play here for their South Metro tournament games anymore. They now play at Henry County High School. Payoff pitch is due. High, ball 4. Jarvis Johnson showing that prowess as a leadoff man. Even down in the number 9 spot, he was trailing in the count 1-2, but took 3 straight balls from Coker to force the walk, the second one that Shiloh pitching has given up. In fact, that's the first runner to reach since Coker entered the game. Now here's Easterday. He started off the game right, a shot to left center. That went for a stand-up double. Came around to score on the double from Hires. He awaits, runner is going. The pitch is past the catcher and back to the screen, so a stolen base is given to Jarvis Johnson. He was going on the play. They would have had a tough time throwing him out, but simply the fact that he was going towards second base there gives him the stolen base, so no wild pitch, no pass ball, but Johnson is in scoring position. So if you count the sub-region battles, he's walked 5 straight times, and he's in scoring position again. Pitch to Easterday is down low. It's 2-0. For this Ram team, offense has really not been that much of a problem. They've got some great hitters up and down this order. The 2-0 pitch missing outside and high, so it's 3-0 to the leadoff man Easterday with Ryan Moon on deck. When you can put Jarvis Johnson in the 9 spot, then your number 8 hitter Baker has the highest average on the team This is a strong order top to bottom. Called strike on the 3-0 pitch to Easterday. In the middle of the order, you've got your big RBI men, Hires, Allen, and Middlebrooks. Richie Cleary is in the 7th spot in this order. Easterday lines one foul, first base side. It's out of play. And, of course, at the top of the order, you have either Jarvis Johnson, who has almost perfected the art of getting on base via the base on balls, and then, of course, you have Easterday, who's lined some key extra base hits this year. In the number 2 spot, Ryan Moon appears to have settled in there as an ideal number 2 hitter. And the middle of that order has been producing some as well. Called strike 3 to Matt Easterday. He was taking a few steps to first base. Thought the pitch was up high, and in fact motioned to the home plate umpire that he thought that pitch was high, but he took it, and it's strike 3, so 2 down. It'll take a base hit from Moon if the Rams can do any damage here in the second. Rams lead it by 3. Stretch. Coker delivers, and that one's in the dirt. Going to third is Johnson without a throw. That's a wild pitch. So Chris Coker uncorks one. Second wild pitch for the Generals in this game. A pass ball also in the first. So in an inning and 2/3, 3 times we've had either a wild pitch or a pass ball to advance someone. Coker delivers. Moon bounces one. Tough play for the shortstop in the hole. It's past him. A base hit. A run will score. Moon stops at first base. The RBI single and the Rams on top now 4-0. So Newton comes out swinging the bats here, recovering after the doubleheader against Troup County on Saturday. They can hang on and win this. They'll go to 10-3 and 2-0 in sub-region play. Now here's Stephen Hires, who doubled in the first inning, came around to score on Middlebrook's single. Hires double drove in both Easterday and Moon. He wouldn't mind doing that again. Moon is at first base. Of course, Easterday, after the strikeout, is not out there to drive in. Hires taking a cut at the first offering, fouls it off. The Rams, as a squad, hitting .285. 74 hits in 12 games this year. They've had a couple of games where they had trouble with the offense, but the offense has recovered the last couple of games, scoring 5 in the second game against Troup and already 4 here. Throw to first base. Moon gets back in. Hires the right-handed batter. Takes a pitch up high, delayed steal. No one's covering second base. Now they come across to get him, and they don't get him. The delayed steal from Ryan Moon, that worked so many times successfully for Ryan's brother, Brian Moon, who is now at Southern Union. But the delayed steal from another Moon brother is successful, so he's in scoring position. Joe Brassfield will use some tricks to put those runners in scoring position. He does it here. Now Hires can await a 1-1 offering with a chance to drive a run in. He takes a pitch low. They're going to check the second base umpire. He did not go around. The inning takes on a little different look here with the runner in scoring position. With someone at first and 2 down, Rams have a much lower chance of scoring. They still have to push that runner across and score him unless they can pick up an extra base hit. 2-2 pitch up high, 2-1 pitch up high rather. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. The difference here is now a base hit of any kind scores him and keeps this alive. Ball 4 to Hires. So Coker runs into some trouble here in the second. First and second with 1 out. And here's Luke Allen. We're looking at the flag that has just been put up in center field, and it is blowing out toward right. If Luke Allen can get ahead of a Chris Coker pitch and pull it and get it up in the air, you might see a 3-run shot. The Rams have been homerless for quite a while now. Stretch. Pitch to Luke Allen. It's a strike with the fastball. Rams with 4 homers this year. They have not hit one since before the Griffin game. I don't think they've hit one in the entire month of March. They have not, as a matter of fact. Allen ahead of the changeup. He was looking fastball and was well in front of that pitch. It's 0-2. It's almost as if when he was swinging, he really didn't want to swing, but was going through the motions of it. Stretch the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, it's past the catcher. That's a wild pitch. Both runners move up. So another wild pitch. The third in 2 innings from the Generals. Puts 2 men in scoring position here. By the way, the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning will be coming your way. That's a staple of our broadcast here on WGFS. Your chance to pick up some hot wings in our Wing Ding inning will be the 5th. And in the 5th inning, someone will have a chance to win 100 hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. Allen swings and misses. Ball is past the catcher, but his throw to first base is in time. A strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. Allen striking out with the 2 runners in scoring position and leaving them there. But the Rams do pick up a run on 1 hit. No errors. Left on base, 2 men in scoring position. After 2 innings, it's 4-0. Rams lead the Shiloh Generals. Newton Ram Baseball live here on WGFS 8. Welcome back to Riverside Park at Newton High School. It's the top half of the 3rd inning, and the Rams have had a strong first 2 innings. They're up by 4, and as we go to the 3rd, it's Jason Lunsford facing William Geely, Mark Lordo, and Josh O'Donnell of the Shiloh Generals. Ram Baseball, of course, brought to you live here on WGFS, AM 1430. Sub-Region 8 Quad A South battles continue. We had a great one here Friday to start the sub-region schedule. 3-2, the Rams won it in 10. Chris Middlebrooks with the game-winning base hit helped to cement his standing as the leader of this Newton Rams squad. When he was gone was when the Rams had the most trouble, but since he's been back, the Rams have played very well. Luke Allen pitched the first game of that doubleheader against Troup County, by the way. For those of you who wanted to know, after throwing 2 innings the previous night against Brookwood, he threw well. In fact, it may have been his best game of the year. Lunsford winds his first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1 to Geely. The Rams lost that game 2-0, but rumor has it there was not an earned run allowed by Luke Allen, so his ERA continues to drop. This pitch popped up first base side. Stephen Heyer's going to call everyone off. Didn't have to move much to make the catch. That's the first out. The ERAs on this Ram team are terrific so far. These do not include the games against Troup County, but Luke Allen was at 0.54 going into that game, and if he did not allow an earned run, that ERA is even lower. Ryan Moon, 175. Richie Cleary, 267. Lunsford, who's on the mound now, is at 1.37. Even Matt Easterday at 233. Faking the bunt on the first pitch is Lordo. He takes a strike. Mark Lordo, third baseman for the Generals, singled, advanced to second on a fielder's choice in the first inning, but he was left there. The wind and the delivery to him. Line down the third baseline. Baker with a nice play. His throw to first in time. That's out number 2. Mark Lordo has an interesting stance and swing. His stance is toward right center field. But when he swings, he reminds you a lot of Phil Plantier, a tremendous uppercut, and 2 times now he has pulled the ball right down the third baseline, even with a closed stance. That's an unusual swing, especially for a number 3 batter. Now O'Donnell. Josh O'Donnell, a fielder's choice, left at first base. First pitch here bounces one over by the Shiloh dugout. 0-1 the count. Batting averages on this team, this Newton Ram team, are also tremendous. We have 4 regulars who are over 360 right now. Another one at 333. Matt Vaughn off the bench is hitting 500. Lunsford taking one. O'Donnell, rather, taking one inside from Lunsford. Making a ball and a strike. Josh O'Donnell gives the sign. Here's the wind. And the pitch. Make it 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Shiloh General catcher. He awaits. Jason Lunsford, the left-hander who has allowed 4 hits but no runs so far, takes a look in, has the sign he wants. He brings the 2-1 home. It's lined to right center field. It'll be in for a base hit. Allen will come over and cut it off. But Josh O'Donnell has his first hit of the game. It's the General's 5th hit. And immediately we'll have a courtesy runner for him. Chris Jolly comes in and runs here for O'Donnell. In high school now, you're allowed to have a courtesy runner for the catcher or the pitcher. every time that they reach base, and the Newton Rams have been using that for Middlebrooks almost every time to save some wear and tear on his knees. In fact, Matt Vaughn is just used to it. As soon as he sees Middlebrooks hit the ball, he knows he's headed out there to pinch run for it. Of course, it's caused some trouble for Vaughn in a couple of games, but for the most part, he's adjusted well. Here's Brown. Lefty against lefty. Lunsford will instead go to first, and again, very close to balking. Back in safely is Chris Jolly. Lunsford's step, when he comes down with that right foot, it's about halfway between home and first. That's tough for a runner. Some umpires might even call that a balk. Here's a swing and a liner right into the glove of Stephen Hires at first base, and his positioning helped there, holding the runner close, meant that he was right there to make the play. Otherwise, it's probably down the right field line. So the single is actually a benefit for the Rams as it puts Hires in position to make the catch. No runs, one hit. The Generals leave a man on base. After 2.5 innings of play, Rams on top of the Shiloh Generals 4-0. It's Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered with vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison, 342-3869, 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
Are you tired of being ridiculed and laughed at because you don't have a cellular phone? Don't cry. East Metro Communications can help. East Metro has several free cellular phones to choose from. There's no connect fee, no programming fee, and a $100 credit on your first monthly bill. Now, how much easier can it get? East Metro Communications, this area's oldest authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, is located right here in Covington at 7115 Highway 278. Visit their store a quarter mile east of Newton General, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
We are back from Riverside Park at Newton High School. The Rams in the bottom half of the third inning start with Chris Middlebrooks. Following is Bryce Avery and Richie Cleary. 5, 6, and 7 spots in the batting order. Rams already on top by 4. They hope to add to it. My name is Kevin Holden. I'll bring you the rest of the play-by-play action here. Bill Dolan was unable to be with me today. Hopefully, we'll hear some stuff from him in the near future. Tomorrow, Rams and Winder Barrow Bulldogs play. If that game actually goes off, you'll, if nothing else, be hearing some phone-in reports from Winder Barrow High School. You'll hear our voices telling you what's going on up there between the Rams and the Bulldogs. Middlebrooks is 1 for 1. Steps in against Coker. First time he's seen Coker, and he takes the first pitch outside. Chris Coker had to come in the first inning. Andy Mitchell started out and could not retire anyone. 1-0 pitch to Middlebrooks, fastball. Little chin music there, 2-0. Middlebrooks taking a little walk around. After that one, sailed inside and close to the body. The wind, the 2-0 pitch, also inside, ball 3. So Coker in danger of walking the leadoff man on 4 pitches. Rams would like to see that, because after Middlebrooks, you've got Avery, Cleary, and Baker. 3-0, nearly hit him inside, ball 4. So they tried to work Middlebrooks inside. Unfortunately, they missed on every one of them. And the Rams have yet another base runner. Second walk for Coker and the third for Shiloh pitching this game. And here comes Matt Vaughn. He knows his cue by now. Middlebrooks reaches base. Vaughn runs for him. Vaughn, as a pinch runner, was stranded at third base back in inning number 1. Now here's Avery. He was the first man to see Coker 2 innings ago. He and Cleary both struck out, but since then, Chris Coker has been much less effective. Bounces a pickoff throw to first base. Russell Brown, nice job in digging that one out. There's a lot of room down the right field line here at Riverside Park, so if a throw gets away, Vaughn could advance to second, and if it goes far enough, maybe even third. Another throw over, and again, Vaughn is back. It's 6 o'clock. You're listening to Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS, Covington, Georgia. Bryce Avery, a swing and a miss. At a high fastball, it's 0-1. Avery loves to go up there swinging, looking for a pitch to drive. In fact, Avery, on the year, has drawn 4 walks, but most of them very early on when he was batting leadoff. Stretch, runner going. Avery checks his swing and bounces one foul. Vaughn was going, and Bryce Avery really didn't even take a check swing. His bat moved maybe a couple of inches. The ball literally came in and almost hit the knob of the bat, and it bounced foul. In fact, that was such an oddly hit ball that on one hop, it fell inside the Newton Ram dugout. What I mean by that is closer to home plate, away from the Newton Ram dugout, and out of play that way. Some of the spectators watching this game, some coaches and other media members are watching it down the third base line, had the chance to make the play on that one. Vaughn taking his lead. They're pitching out. Catcher drops the pitch out, but Vaughn wasn't headed anywhere. It's 1-2. It's odd that they would pitch out 0-2. Not a great count to steal on because, especially with Avery, who has swung and missed at a lot of pitches, if you have a swing and a miss and the catcher has a good arm, you have a strike him out, throw him out. Nonetheless, Shiloh thought something was on. Now the runner is going 1-2. Avery does swing and miss, but the throw is nowhere near in time. O'Donnell delayed the throw to second base, and Vaughn easily with the stolen base, but Avery striking out for the second time in this game. So with one down, Cleary and Baker will try to score the runner. Wind is whipping up here in Covington at Riverside Park. Blowing out toward right. Cleary, the first pitch gets away from the catcher. His throw down is a high one, and in safely is Vaughn. Vaughn very aggressive on the base pass. That didn't bounce 5 feet away from Josh O'Donnell, but the Rams have decided to try to take advantage of the Shiloh catcher. So Vaughn advancing to third base. That one is a wild pitch. It was in the dirt. So a walk, a stolen base, and a wild pitch. Shiloh brings the infield in, and the offering from Coker was about a foot outside, and O'Donnell nearly dove outside to keep that one from going back to the screen. Cleary could punch one through the drawn-in infield here. We could have a 5-0 game. Stretch, and the pitch, and he bounces one on one hop, but foul third base side. Mark Lordo came over to make the play, but was cut off by Joe Brassfield, who unfortunately had a little bobble of that ball. The skies have clouded over, and we might have a hint of rain before this one's over with. Coker takes a look in, comes set, pitching from the stretch with the runner on, and the pitch is back to the screen. It was over the catcher's head. Vaughn going to come in standing up. Another wild pitch brings him home. That is the 5th wild pitch from the Generals here in the first 3 innings. So pitchers and catchers having a lot of trouble getting together, and the Rams lead by 5 now. So the Rams manufacture yet another run. Middlebrooks draws the base on balls. Vaughn comes in, steals second base, advances to third and home on a wild pitch. On 2 separate ones, but nonetheless he did score. Now Cleary swings and stays alive on one, fouling it off. Full count on him. After Cleary, we'll see Doyle Baker. Righty against righty. Coker winds, brings it home, and hit him. Coker looked like he was trying to throw a cut fastball to right in on the right-handed batter, but started it so far inside that it hit Richie Cleary, and the control troubles continue. And the wind is a very sharp, cold wind that's blowing now. That may give us a hint that we'll see a rain shower or two before we finish this game. Certainly colder weather is headed this way. You can tell from the way that wind is blowing. It was a very nice warm day about 2 hours ago, but the colder stuff has begun to settle in here. Glenn George has called time and gone out to talk to his pitcher, probably giving some time to his man in the bullpen who's warming up. That is Matt Holloman, who oddly enough is the DH and batting in the number 9 spot. So if he enters the game, of course, he would just be batting for himself. So Holloman warming up. George has already used Mitchell and Coker and he has said all that he wants to say to the Shiloh infield. They go back to their respective positions. Hasn't been any kind of questionable call against the Shiloh Generals in this game. If there is, you can look from a protest from Glenn George that could last a mighty long time. We've had breaks where Glenn George is arguing with the umpire. We could have sold commercial time in the meanwhile. Called strike to Baker, 0-1. Some of the longest pauses you'll see are not rain delays. They're arguments between Glenn George and an umpire that have happened both here and at Shiloh High School. Baker swings, grounds one toward Josh Odell. He goes to second for one. To throw to first, not in time. So Baker does reach, but 6-4, Cleary is out. 2 down for Jarvis Johnson. Once again, the bottom half of the 5th inning is the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. 100 hot wings in the jackpot. And if the wind continues to blow out, at least the way it is out in center field with that flag blowing directly toward right field, blowing out to right and right center, and a left-handed batter comes up, somebody who's drawn could win 100 hot wings. They'd have a great chance of doing it. Throw to first. Baker is back in. As the wind continues to kick up, it's getting stronger out there. And if it continues and it's this strong and someone gets a ball up into that wind, you might see one leave the yard. Again, they test Baker at first base, and again he dives back in. Jarvis Johnson, runner is going. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down is nowhere near. A stolen base for Doyle Baker, and the Rams have found a weakness here in the Shiloh Generals and their defense. They'll try to exploit it for all it's worth. It's a stolen base for Baker. Ryan Moon had a stolen base in the second. Jarvis Johnson had a stolen base in the second. Chris Middlebrooks made that Matt Vaughn, the courtesy runner, had a stolen base. Coker thought about going home, looked towards second base, and saw Baker taking a big lead, and Coker stepped off, so Baker had to go back. 0-1 offering on the way to Johnson. It is up high. Looked like an off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. 3 runs for the Rams in the first, 1 in the second. They pushed 1 across here in the third, threatened to push more across. Swing and a miss from Johnson. Coker challenges him with a high fastball. Johnson couldn't catch up to that pitch. Holloman continues to warm up in the Shiloh Generals bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson awaits. Coker takes a look at second, brings it home. Jarvis Johnson stays alive, just bouncing one. Barely tapping it back toward the screen. The Rams on WGFS Friday against the Brookwood Broncos, all 10 innings of it. Unfortunately, we were unable to bring you the games against Troup County, but we are back here today. 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called inside corner. Jarvis Johnson didn't think so, and he's got his head down as he walks slowly toward the Ram dugout, but nonetheless, it is a strikeout. The Rams pushing 1 run across. They did not have a hit in that inning. There were 2 wild pitches, 2 stolen bases, 2 strikeouts, a man reaching on a fielder's choice, and a man left on base to boot. So after that potpourri of an inning, after 3 now, your score 5-0. The Rams lead the Shiloh Generals. Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, every one comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
Welcome back to Riverside Park. Top half of the 4th inning. Newton Rams, Shiloh Generals. It's 5-0. Rams lead. Lunsford back out there to face Mathis, Vader, and Platt. 6, 7, and 8 spots for the Shiloh Generals. Rams looking to build on this 9-3, 1-0 record. The 1-0, of course, in sub-region play. 12 games total in the sub-region. The top 3 teams from the north and the south sub-regions will make it to the region tournament this year in Clark Central. You're going to have a big drive if you want to see it. Lunsford starts off with the slow breaking ball, and I mean it. Strike 1. Second time he started that against Eric Mathis on the first pitch. Here's a fastball lined to center field. Allen comes over, and he makes the play. So on 2 pitches, we have the first out of inning number 4. We want to thank everyone who sponsored Newton Ram Baseball here in 1996, allowed us to bring the games to you live this year. The sponsors a lot of times don't get the credit they deserve for allowing us to be out here, but we've been out here for the last several years, and of course we continue to expand on our sports coverage. Wine, Lunsford's first pitch outside, ball 1 to Chris Vader. We brought you some Ram basketball this year. Todd Q. Chapman and I brought you a little bit of Newton Ram action from the tournament. We'll hope to do some more of that in the future. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Out in front of the off-speed from Lunsford, 1-1. That may have been a fastball. Middlebrooks gives the sign to his pitcher. The little left-hander takes a look in. Takes too long of a look in, and Vader calls time and steps out. Also, Eastside High School becoming a varsity program, so we've got a lot of stuff to bring to you here in the near future. That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. With 2 high schools, you'll have plenty of sports action to catch here in Newton County. You won't want to miss a bit of it. Of course, we'll bring as much of it to you as we can. Lunsford bounces the 1-2 in the dirt. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lunsford with only 1 strikeout, but without a walk. That's true Jason Lunsford baseball. He's allowed 5 hits, 4 singles, 1 double. Has not allowed a run to come across. Throws a fastball here just off the inside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, and on deck is Platt, who flied out to center his last time. 3-2 pitch lined up the middle. It's past Lunsford. Moon is ranging into the hole. Good play, throw to first. They got him. Ryan Moon showing good range. At first, I thought that ball would be a base hit to center field, but once it got past Lunsford, it slowed down considerably on the grass behind the mound, allowing Moon to cut across. So that's a 4-3, and Vader is gone, and here's Platt. Platt, the General's second baseman. So Lunsford has retired 6 of the last 7 men he has faced, giving up only the single to O'Donnell. He throws a first pitch changeup to Platt that misses up high. Platt awaits. Wind and the 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball, but it also missed up high. Jason Lunsford, last time he took the hill was against the Salem Seminoles. Another sharp outing for him. Rams won that game 3-2. Lunsford winds, brings it home, swung on and driven toward left field. Johnson coming over. It'll be foul by a couple of feet. Jarvis Johnson gave a nice run for that ball. He would not have had a play on it, but it bounced a few feet safely to the foul side of the left field foul line. But Lunsford in the game against the Salem Seminoles did not allow an extra base hit. He allowed 6 hits, all of them singles. He walked 2, struck out only 1, but pitched that typical Jason Lunsford performance and picked up the win 3-2. The Rams scored 2 in the 5th inning. The second one coming across on a wild pitch, and that put them in the championship game. Swinging a pop fly, foul territory. Hires coming over. First base side makes the catch. Shiloh goes down 1-2-3 here in the 4th inning, so we're halfway home. Good news for the Ram fans. They lead 5-0. Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
The best money manager around is a checking account from the Bank of Covington. It's easy to keep track of your income and all your expenses with your checkbook and the detailed monthly statements we send you. It lets you see where you might save money, and it really helps in balancing your budget. If you're not already enjoying such financial assistance, learn all the advantages of a personal checking account at one of the convenient Bank of Covington locations. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Attention baseball fans, the off-season has been long, brutal, and harsh, but baseball is back, and the Braves hope to defend their 1995 World Series championship right here on WGFS AM 1430. That's right, your sports leader, WGFS, will bring you live coverage of all the Braves games this year. The Braves on WGFS are brought to you in part by Jeans Hourglass, Halpern, and Little Phillies. Our own Atlanta Braves on WGFS.
Wow, welcome back to Newton High School, Newton Ram baseball. How about that? Riverside Park, 5-0. Rams lead the Shiloh Generals. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, the Rams will start with the top of their order and Matt Easterday. After him, it's Ryan Moon, then Stephen Hires, and if anyone gets on, Luke Allen waits in the wings. Easterday is 1 out of 2. A double and a run scored in the first inning. Struck out looking in the second. Did not believe that it was a strike 3. Thought the pitch was a little bit high and let the home plate umpire know about it. Now, we'll see if that affects this at bat at all. Coker, Wyans brings it home. He lines one, Easterday does. Right field side, but it's out of play. 0-1. Rams have 4 hits. 3 in the first and 1 in the second. They scored another run in the third, but without the benefit of a base hit. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball, low and outside in the dirt. In fact, it gets away from O'Donnell. Middlebrooks walked, and his pinch runner, Vaughn, stole second, then on 2 wild pitches came around from second to score. Easterday taking a pitch inside here. It's 2-1. In the second inning, the only base hit was Ryan Moon, but it came in an opportune circumstance. Drove in Johnson. And of course, back in the first inning, the first 3 runners for the Rams reached base and all scored. Back then, you didn't know if the bleeding would ever stop for the Generals, but as soon as they put Coker in, he put an end to the Rams' first inning offensive attack. Easterday back in and set to go. Coker brings it home, and that pitch bounced in the grass area in front of the dirt area in front of home plate. 3-1. That was about a 50-foot pitch. So Coker, like his predecessor Andy Mitchell, is having some trouble finding the strike zone at times. 3-1 pitch. That's low, ball 4. So the leadoff man Easterday draws the base on balls. For Coker, that is walk number 5 since entering this game. In fact, he's walked 5 and struck out 5 since coming in the first, and we're only in the fourth with no one out. Ryan Moon comes up next here. He's had a perfect day, a walk and a single. Stretch. Shiloh's right-handed hurler delivers a fastball outside. You know the Rams have got to be happy to be playing back here at Riverside Park. The only time that they've lost here, they had some trouble with errors, gave up only 1 earned run. Runner is going to hit and run, but Moon fouls it off, so it's 1-1. Ryan Moon has been an excellent contact hitter throughout the year. Easterday a good runner at first base, and 1-0, a good count to try the hit and run. You wonder about the best counts, perhaps, to try a hit and run. Well, of course, if you try a hit and run or try a steal with a 3-ball count, whether it's 3-0 or 3-2, the stolen base, of course, wouldn't matter if it's ball 4, so that's usually not the best time to try something like that. Stretch. Coker takes a look at first. He brings it home. That's in the dirt 5 feet in front of the plate, so Easterday advances. Another wild pitch against the Generals. Of course, another thing is, when you're looking at trying to hit and run, another factor is the pitcher's control. Of course, you've got the runner's speed and the batter's ability to handle the bat, but the pitcher's got to be able to throw strikes. And right now, I don't think a hit and run would be much in order the way that Coker's throwing them all around the place. 2-1 is a one-hopper. First baseman Russell Brown wins a foot race to the bag, beats Moon. But in the meanwhile, Easterday is now at third, 3 unassisted. Easterday advances. So it's up to Hires and Allen to get that runner home with 1 down here. But with a 2-strike count, of course, also kind of a bad time for the steal or the hit and run, because you could have a strike him out, throw him out situation if the batter does not make contact. First pitch, inside and high. Shiloh has their infield in here. It's 1-0. Stephen Hires, double and a walk in 2 trips up there. That's why 2-1, by the way, is the manager's count, as they say. As Coker, the stretch, and the delivery low, ball 2. Because with a 2-1 count, you've got a little room to play. You're not 1 pitch away from a walk or 1 pitch away from a strikeout yet. You've had enough of a circumstance, 3 pitches, where the batter has at least had the chance to see 3 pitches from the pitcher and can at least figure him out a little bit. So 2-1 is usually an optimal count for that. Shiloh earlier, inside, ball 4, another walk, second of the inning. And for Shiloh pitching, that is their 7th walk of the game. A Ram has walked in at least 1 circumstance every inning. Ryan Moon received a base on balls in the first, and since then there have been 2 walks in every inning, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. In the 2nd, the runner who scored was walked. In the 3rd, the runner who scored was walked, and the runner who was walked in the 4th is standing at third base right now. Another one is at first, and Luke Allen swings at the first pitch and bounces it foul third base side. Proof once again that the walks can certainly come back to haunt you. They talk about it especially when you lead off an inning by walking the first man, how dangerous that is and how often he comes around to score. It's what happened in the 3rd when they walked Middlebrooks, and it may happen here. Runners going, the pitch in the dirt. They're not going to attempt a throw down there, so Hires with another stolen base. Rams pulling it off yet again. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. Of course, the bad thing here now is you leave first base open. They can pitch around Allen. Of course, if they do that, then you've got Middlebrooks on the on-deck circle. That's what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk Luke Allen. That's the bad part about the stolen base. Earl Weaver talks about that a lot, and the reason why he is not terribly thrilled about that part of the game, because if you've got a dangerous hitter up there and you attempt a stolen base and the runner actually steals second, then they can walk your man who's up to bring up the hitter behind him. Of course, Earl Weaver depended mostly on the 3-run home runs and good pitching and good defense. Bases loaded. Here's Chris Middlebrooks. He takes a pitch. Strike 1 outside corner. Been a perfect day for Chris Middlebrooks, too. A single and a walk. Stretch from Coker. He brings it home. There's a liner deep to left field. Geely going back on it. He'll make the catch, but tagging at third base is Matt Easterday. Throw home is not made, but cut off by the general, so no one else can advance. It's 6-0. Sacrifice fly for Chris Middlebrooks. So 1st and 2nd with 2 down. Rams push it, yet another one across. Doing it on the sacrifice fly, and of course that was a man who was walked to lead off the inning, and yes, once again he came around to score. In fact, every time in this game the Rams have had the leadoff man on, be it a walk or a base hit, he has crossed the plate. Bryce Avery swings at 1, pops it up towards second base. Making the play there is David Platt. A liner to the second baseman ends the 4th inning for the Rams. They also did not have a hit in this inning, but they put a run across. There was a wild pitch, a stolen base, and a couple of other things, and 2 men left on base. After 4, it's 6-0. Newton Rams lead the Shiloh Generals. Exciting Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A Garden Weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
Aside from choosing the right home, it's important to choose the right mortgage loan. At Newton Federal Savings and Loan, we're putting today's low rates together with prompt hometown service in offering special construction perm loans with one-time closing, conventional and balloon mortgages, and more. And servicing of your loan remains right here, too. Newton Federal Savings and Loan, 3175 Highway 278, Covington. FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Let's get back to playing some ball here. Fifth inning, 6-0. The Rams lead the Shiloh Generals. I have received what I would consider an official report that rain may be on its way to Riverside Park. So this is an official game since they've played 4 innings. So if the rain does come and wipes this one out, we'll be okay. Because it's official and the Rams lead by 6. To lead off the fifth, here's Matt Holloman. Holloman, who has spent the last 20 minutes warming up in the Shiloh bullpen, has 1 hit in his only appearance, that being a single. The number 9 man awaits as Jason Lunsford brings it home. Swinging a high pop fly, shallow right field. Moon will go out and make the play. That's first out on the first pitch. So Lunsford has retired 5 straight. A line out to the first baseman, a fly out to the center fielder, a ground out to second, a pop out to first, a pop out to second. Typical Jason Lunsford type pitching. Time is being called by Shiloh's first base coach, who is having a discussion with the home plate umpire before Josh Odell hits. And the complaint was that Jason Lunsford's shirt was untucked. It had become untucked on the left side, so that could have been a distraction to the hitter. Lunsford will turn that backside to the hitter during his delivery, and the way that looked could be a distraction to one of the hitters. If nothing else, it helps to ice Lunsford for a few seconds. There's a swing and a liner to right field. That's in for a base hit. In between the first baseman Hires and the second baseman Moon, so a solid line drive. Shiloh's going up there hacking against Lunsford, which is probably a wise idea if you're the Generals, because Lunsford is going to throw you plenty of strikes. Going to let you touch the ball and let the defense take care of the rest. That's the 6th hit for the Generals, first since the 3rd inning. And that's the first hit for Odell. Now William Geely, who is 1 for 2. Geely singled in the first, was retired 1-5, a force play at third base that same inning. Lunsford, step off and a pickoff play. Odell is back in at first base. The wind continues to blow, blowing a little bit colder here. And as I mentioned, there may be reports that rain is on the way. First pitch to Geely is down low, ball 1. If the rain begins, you might see the Rams try to slow this game down. Of course, Jason Lunsford is traditionally a very slow worker. He's worked on that a lot, though. There's a swing and a liner right back up the middle. It'll be past Moon and Easterday, a base hit. So back-to-back singles by Geely and Odell put 2 men on here. And Lunsford has a little bit of a jam to pitch out of. He'll face the numbers 3 and 4 batters, Mark Lordo and Josh O'Donnell. We've reached the time in the year here at Riverside Park where, from our vantage point in the press box, we can have the window open and check out the action. We have a sliding glass window here, and we can open it up and see the Rams in action without any kind of obstruction whatsoever. That cold wind is threatening us. We may have to shut it again. This Newton facility, every year improvements being made to this facility, and it is one of the nicest places to come and play ball. And certainly if you're a broadcaster, you love coming here. We have a chance to set up in the office of Coach Joe Brassfield. Have our own private room here to bring you Ram baseball. Stretch. And the pitch, looking for the bunt. Now they're going to snap throw to first base. No, they did not get him. The bunt by Mark Lordo was not laid down. It was an outside pitch. It is strike 1. Middlebrook's throw to first base beat him by quite a ways. If Hires were left-handed, I think that they would have had him, but Hires, being right-handed, had to take the throw and come all the way back across his body to tag the runner. I think that was the only thing that made that runner safe back at first base. Lunsford stretch and his pitch, up high, ball 1. But Middlebrooks nearly had a catcher's version of a pickoff because Geely had strayed a long ways away from the first base bag. Lunsford, the stretch. Now he brings it home, high pop fly right field. In comes Richie Cleary, and he'll make the play. Faking the tag at second base is Odell, but he's going nowhere against the strong arm of big Richie Cleary. So Lunsford gets the weak pop out here for the second out, and Josh O'Donnell, who has reached base both times, will be the only thing that stands between Lunsford now and getting out of this minor jam here in the fifth. Back-to-back singles with one out. Those two men on base right now. The Rams so far have had a total of, and we're counting it up, 13 base runners reach in 4 innings. Funny thing about it is they haven't had a hit since the second. They have 4 hits overall. Yet 13 men have reached base. Off-speed pitch from Lunsford on the first offering is up high. Part of the problem is that the Shiloh Generals have walked 8, one of them intentional. Another man has reached on a fielder's choice. That's the 13th one. Lunsford's offering. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Perfect location on that pitch. Middlebrooks gives the sign. Lunsford taking a look at second base. Runner from second is going. It was an odd kind of hit and run. A foul tip off of Middlebrooks' mask. Make it 1-2 and send Odell back to second. They might have had Odell coming to third base, and the swinging might have not been related to it. In other words, it may not have been a hit and run play. Odell taking his lead away yet again. Stretch. He is not going. There's a liner past Baker into left field. That's a hit. They're going to send the runner around third base, try to score him to throw. Beats in there. Chris Middlebrooks with the tag. And they got him. The base hit from Josh O'Donnell. And probably not too wise on the part of the Shiloh head coach Glenn George to send the runner there, because the throw beat Odell by 6 or 7 steps, and Middlebrooks, all he had to do was just come back across and tag him, and that is out number 3. No runs, 3 hits. They leave 2 men on base, do the Generals. No Newton Ram errors in that inning. So we head to the bottom half of the 5th in the Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning. Rams on top, 6-0. It's Newton Ram baseball, WGFS, AM 1430.
East Metro Communications, your local authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, would like to thank their customers for making 1995 their best year ever. East Metro is this area's oldest cellular agent, and 1996 will be their 10th year in the cellular business. East Metro is starting off 1996 with another one of their incredible promotions. Free phones, no connect fee, no programming fee, and $100 credit on your first bill. If you're considering a cellular phone, go by East Metro Communications, a quarter-mile east of Newton General, at 7115 Highway 278 here in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
Hey there, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know me, I'm the guy who delivers hot wings to the trivia show every Saturday morning. Randy wanted me to be sure and let everyone know that the Hard Luck now has 3 locations. That's one in Conyers, one in Madison, and of course the original location in Covington. You know, that's that little red building down there where Nationwide used to be. So for the best hot wings around, stop by the Hard Luck or call ahead so your wings will be ready when you get there. I can't remember all the numbers, but in Covington it's 787-0421. That's 787-0421. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to tell them that Carl sent you.
The Hard Luck Cafe wing-ding inning is here. Welcome to it. I'm Kevin Holden, bringing you play-by-play of the Newton Rams and the Shiloh Generals. 8 Quad A South High School baseball action. It's 6-0 Newton. Bottom half of the 5th is the wing-ding inning. And our first contestant stepping to the plate is Richie Cleary. Definitely a long ball threat. Cleary batting for Aaron Rogowski, who lives on Barrington Drive in Athens. First pitch to Cleary is high and tight, ball 1. 100 hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe will go out to a winner, and a winner constitutes any person whose name is drawn for a particular batter who hits a home run. If the batter hits a home run, then the contestant gets 100 hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe, and of course a grand slam also worth that 100-piece hot wing. Cleary swings, pops one up, This definitely won't leave the yard, but it will be out of play at least, leaving the playing field foul, 1-1. After Cleary, it's Baker and then Jarvis Johnson. Bottom half of the fifth, the Rams have scored at least once in every inning. If you'd like to enter the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning, you are more than welcome to do that. I'll tell you how to in just a second. First, Coker has to bring the 1-1 home to Richie Cleary. Bouncer up the middle, cutting across is Odell. Going to be a tough play. They got him by about half a step. Good play from Josh Odell. Had to make it behind the second base bag. One down. So Aaron Rogowski not a winner in the Wing Ding inning. Doyle Baker is the next man up here for the Newton Rams. And Baker is hitting for Ted Cleary, who lives on Dixie Trail in Covington. First pitch about 5 feet shy of home plate. Coker bounces another one up there. It's 1-0. Ted Cleary, if you're listening and Doyle Baker can jack one, maybe to right center with the wind blowing out there, you'll have plenty of hot wings on your dinner table. Coker's 1-0 pitch up high with the fastball, 2-0. Baker is 0 for 2. A fly out. Also, he's reached on a fielder's choice. Takes this one inside, ball 3. Well, Ted Cleary, you've got to wait for Coker to throw a strike if you're hoping for Baker to hit the home run here. The wind and the pitch, called strike, inside corner from Coker. 3 balls, 1 strike. Once again, O'Donnell gives the sign. And a 3-1 pitch is driven deep to left center field. Geely goes back on it, shy of the track. He makes the catch for out number 2. For a moment there, a split second, I thought perhaps Ted Cleary would have 100 hot wings, but not so. Perhaps if the wind were blowing out to left, it might have happened. So now here's Jarvis Johnson. Jarvis Johnson will be batting for Tim Bruce, who lives here in Covington. Johnson will walk in a strikeout in 2 trips up there. Coker looked like he was starting to pitch from the stretch, but then realized what he was doing. There's no one on base. Changes his mind, and his first pitch is a fastball, strike 1. If there's no winner, of course, we'll continue the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. Even if there is, we'll continue it, but the jackpot will stay at 100 if there is no home run hit here. Johnson swings and taps one, foul first base side. If someone does hit a home run, then we start the jackpot over at 40 hot wings, and of course, anytime a grand slam is hit, no matter what the jackpot is, it automatically jumps to 100 hot wings. The Wing Ding inning has caused quite a stir. The 0-2 pitch misses high, ball 1. But we have not had a winner yet in 1996. I have a feeling, an inner feeling, that that's going to change sometime in the next few weeks. 1-2 is down low. Make it 2-2. Of course, what better time than right now, while Tim Bruce is the contestant and Jarvis Johnson is the hitter. And of course, on deck is Easter Day. He's taken one deep this year. Swing and a miss from Jarvis Johnson, his second straight strikeout. And so, Hard Luck Cafe, this time around, unfortunately, the Wing Ding inning bringing kind of bad luck to the Rams as they go down 1-2-3 for the first time, and Coker has now retired 5 straight hitters. We head to the 6th. Rams lead at 6-0. Sub-Region 8 Quad A South action. Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS AM 1430.
What's the crowd favorite at parties any time of the year? Why, it's hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. With flavors ranging from extra mild to TNT, they can placate any palate. There are 3 convenient locations to serve you. One in Madison, one in Conyers, and the original Little Red Building in Covington. So stop by for the best hot wings around or call ahead so your order will be ready when you get there. In Covington, the number is 787-0421. That's 787-0421.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered. With vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price, all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison 342-3869, 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
Newton Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430. We head to the top half of the sixth inning. Kevin Holden bringing you play-by-play. Russell Brown leads it off here for the Shiloh Generals. Brown is 0 for 2. Both times the plays have involved first baseman Stephen Hires. First pitch, off-speed, slow curve. Brown swings and fouls it off, 0-1. Third straight time that Lunsford has started Brown off with that pitch. The first time that the General first sacker stepped up there, bounced a roller to Hires. Second time lined to him, but Hires made the catch for the out. Here he pops one left side. Easterday is under it. That'll be the first out. Now Eric Mathis. The bottom part of the Shiloh order has had some trouble with Jason Lunsford. In all, 2 hits in 11 at-bats for the last 5 hitters in the Shiloh batting order, including Brown's 0 for 3 performance. And this guy, Eric Mathis, who's 0 for 2. Striking out in the second, flying out in the fourth. Another lefty against lefty matchup. Liner on one hop. Baker with a nice play. Nearly a dive. His throw to first in time. They got him. Doyle Baker on a nice play there on a one-hopper. Had to range to his left and fall down to his knees to make the play, but he did it cleanly. I think the bad days is what we'll call them as far as the miscues are concerned seem to be over for the Rams, and that's a great sign for them. Chris Vader, 1 out of 2. A double and a ground out. He'll see if he can improve on that. Of course, Lunsford, who is set down now, these 2 batters, the first 2 in the 6th inning. At the end of the 5th, gave up the single to Josh O'Donnell, but Josh Odell was thrown out trying to score. First pitch, ball 1 outside. So we've got a Josh O'Donnell and a Josh Odell on this team. But Odell was out trying to score. 7-2, Jarvis Johnson threw him out. Lunsford drops in a breaking ball, strike 1. Rams go back to the top of the order again in the 6th inning. It will be the 3rd time that they've done that. There's a swing and a liner back to the screen. A ball, 2 strikes. They did it, of course, in the 1st and then again in the 4th, and they'll have another shot here in the 6th in the bottom half, starting with Matt Easterday. Chris Vader was stranded at third base. A first and third is what Shiloh left in the 2nd. They had a chance to score there. Lunsford throwing one outside for ball 2. In fact, Shiloh so far has stranded 7 base runners in 5 innings. Rams have had their share, stranding 6. But of course, Shiloh has allowed the Rams plenty of free passes, and they've thrown a lot of wild pitches. 6 to be exact. There's also a pass ball thrown in there. 2-2 pitch, swung on, foul tipped. Chris Middlebrooks hung on to it. Second strikeout for Jason Lunsford. And the Generals go down 1-2-3. So we head to the bottom half of the 6th. The Rams maintain the 6-run lead. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, every one comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the 6th inning from Riverside Park at Newton High School, just west of the city of Covington, Georgia. The Newton Rams and the Shiloh Generals. I'm Kevin Holden, bringing you play-by-play. Chris Coker of the Shiloh Generals, since the first inning, has allowed 3 runs to the Rams. Only 2 of them earned, but since coming in, he's had some trouble with his control. He has walked 7, one of those intentional. And here in the 6th inning, he'll start it off with Matt Easterday, whom he gave first base last time out with the free pass. In that inning, he also walked Hires and Luke Allen. In fact, the Rams, since the 2nd inning, have been held hitless by this Shiloh General team. That's the amazing part, but what's more amazing than that is they've managed to score 3 runs, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th without the benefit of that base hit. Of course, Moon's base hit did score Johnson, but Middlebrooks and his pinch runner Vaughn and Matt Easterday both scored without a base hit being had. Coker winds. Easterday will take a pitch high and tight for ball 1. And the Rams understand if the pitcher is going to give you first base, then let him do it. There's no reason to go swinging at pitches outside of the strike zone, especially up 6. Another pitch taken high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes. Easterday doubled in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd, then added that walk in the 4th. He's come around to score twice in this game. Ball 3 is up high from Coker. More action for Shiloh in the bullpen. That's Holloman warming up. He's been warming up for a long time down there. Warmed up several times. 3-0, taking all the way. He was faking the bunt. Easterday pulled it back and took a strike. Well, tomorrow, if Mother Nature will let us, we'll go to Winder Barrow High School and take on the Winder Barrow Bulldogs. 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. Easterday stopped for just a moment, thinking maybe he would get rung up like he did in the 2nd when he thought he had ball 4. But not this time, so he reaches base. But we'll be at Winder Barrow High School if we can tomorrow to bring you the Newton Rams and the Winder Barrow Bulldogs. We'll be phoning in some reports from Winder, Georgia, to let you folks know what's going on. I know a lot of you can't make it out there, so listen in. Ryan Moon stepping up. He takes the first pitch inside. He is 1 out of 2. Moon walked in the 1st, came around to score on the double by Hires. Runner is going. Pitch is swung on and bounced. Tough play, left side. Shortstop will have to put it in his back pocket. Nothing he can do with it. Josh Odell with a nice play, but won't have any play on any runners, so Moon with the single. It takes away the stolen base from Easterday. He'll just advance to 2nd on the base hit. But the Rams have started the 6th here in good fashion. That'll bring Glenn George and probably bring Holloman into the game. And that's exactly what will happen. So Coker leaves after pitching 4 2/3 innings. We'll give you the line on him momentarily. Meanwhile, you are listening to Newton Ram Baseball here on WGFS, AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations, and you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
Back with more Newton Ram Baseball, WGFS, AM 1430. Matt Holloman, the senior, has come in here for the Generals, replacing Chris Coker, the sophomore Chris Coker, as a matter of fact. And Coker pitching 4 2/3 innings. We're going to see a lot of him, I'm sure, as time goes along. He faced 24 batters. As far as runs scored and earned runs, the line is not closed on him. He's allowed 3 so far, but Easterday and Moon are both his responsibility. In the time that he was out there, he allowed 2 base hits, Walked a lot, in fact had a lot of trouble with control. Walked 8, one of them intentional. And as far as strikeouts were concerned, he had his share of those as well, striking out 6. So 8 walks, 6 strikeouts for Coker. 2 hits, though. And 2 men right now on base could boost that line up to as high as 5 runs allowed. It's 6-0. Still no one out, and the meat of that Newton Ram order trying to add to the 6-0 lead. So here's Stephen Hires. Hires has reached base every time that he has stepped to the dish tonight. A double in the first, a walk in the second, a walk in the fourth. Did score back in the first as well. Luke Allen also awaits on deck. Thinking about a pickoff play, they decide not to. Holloman's first pitch is in the dirt. They're going to go for third. The throw is not in time. That's a wild pitch. Once again, another wild pitch. In fact, the first pitch of the game from Holloman is a wild one. Matt Holloman has got an interesting delivery. A lot of legs and arms come flying at you, and right-handed batters may have some trouble with this guy. He throws one low and outside, so it's now 2-0. So right now for the Shiloh Generals, the problem is getting the ball over the plate. They attempt to throw to third base to see what Easterday is doing, but he is staying put over there at the third base bag. He's there, and Moon is at second. The wild pitch put him there. Shiloh's infield is in. Holloman brings it home. It's outside, ball 3. 3-0 to Stephen Hires. And Luke Allen on deck would like to break his hitless game that he's had so far. He's 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. 3-0 pitch taking all the way. Strike 1 inside corner. That's Holloman's first strike that we've seen. Infield in all the way around, a little deeper on the left side because of the right-handed batter being up there. The 3-1 pitch, low, ball 4. That loads the bases. So the Rams could really do some damage. Bases loaded here for Luke Allen. Allen a fly out, a strikeout in his first 2 trips up there. Then, of course, the intentional walk last time. The infield will stay in here. No one out. Stretch pitch to Allen. Curveball inside and low. Allen had to skip the rope. So Holloman having trouble with control. In danger possibly of walking in a run coming into a game. Not something you want to do as a relief pitcher. That one also inside. Allen thought about going after it, but laid off. 2-0. At third base is Easterday. At second base, Ryan Moon. At first base, Stephen Hires. No one out, bottom of the 6th. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, inside corner. The Rams have scored at least 1 in every inning except the 5th. Allen swings, and they're going to score 1 here. That's a base hit to left field. Holding at third base is Ryan Moon as the throw comes in. So the single from Luke Allen puts the Rams on top now by 7. And the first 4 men in this inning have reached base. 2 walks and 2 singles. So with Moon at third, now Hires at second. And Luke Allen at first. Chris Middlebrooks will have a chance for a big one. Imagine if this were the wing-ding inning instead of the 5th inning. Somebody right now would be stepping up, the chance to have someone hit a grand slam for them. Rams catcher Middlebrooks taking one outside, ball 1. So if you're the Newton Rams, the key in this game is just not to swing the bats, at least not until the opportune times. He swings here, Middlebrooks does, and bounces one foul, and disgusted with himself, I think he swung at ball 2 there and did Holloman a favor. Shiloh General pitching in this game has now walked 10 Newton Ram hitters. 2 in this inning, 3 in the 4th. One of those was intentional. 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 2nd, and 1 in the 1st. In the dirt, the 1-1 offering. Credit the Shiloh catcher, Josh O'Donnell, with a great stop. So Middlebrooks is in the driver's seat, 2-1. Stretch. The delivery outside, ball 3. One more pitch wide of the plate. Inside or outside, high or low. And it'll be 8-0 Newton without Middlebrooks ever having to take the bat off his shoulder. 3-1 pitch, taken, strike 2, outside corner. So it's decision time for the Rams. Do you start the merry-go-round here? No one out. Infield in. The stretch. Staying put. There's a liner towards short. They're going to get the out at home. At first base, he is safe there. So playing the infield in pays off here. Josh Odell to John O'Donnell. 6-2. And out at home is Ryan Moon. Everybody else moves up on the fielder's choice, but still a prime shot here for the Rams because there's only one out. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Bryce Avery. It'll be Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith so far is 0 for 4 on the season. Let's see if he can break that. Hitting for Avery, who was 0 for 3. Brandon Smith steps in. Holloman. Stretch and pitch, strike one with the fastball outside corner. Joe Brassfield is seeing a chance here to use some of his second-team players who he may need a little later on in this game, now up by 7. The 0-1 is low and outside, ball 1. Smith got some playing time early in the year, but since the Rams have gotten into the more heated action, he hasn't had a chance to see much playing time. The 1-ball, 1-strike offering is low, 2-1. The base is loaded here for the Newton Rams. It's Hires at third, Allen at second, Middlebrooks at first. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. He was out in front, swinging and missing. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Easterday walked to lead this off. He has already come around to score. 2-2 pitch, low and outside, ball 3. Once again, decision time. Bases loaded, 1 out this time, and a full count. Infield still in for the Generals. Holloman delivers the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. So Smith, with the chance to deliver, comes up short. With 2 down, Richie Cleary will try to bring all these runners home here. Rams don't want to leave all these runners on base. Cleary is 0 for 2. He has also drawn a walk. He has struck out and grounded out his other 2 times. Holloman's first pitch to him is well outside, ball 1. Cleary can sit on the fastball here and look to drive it. 1-0 pitch fastball driven. Got that much, but it's foul down the right side. Evens it up, a ball and a strike. Rams looking to make this a multiple-digit inning. They put 1 across, swinging a high pop fly to right field. Chris Vader is under it. He makes the catch. And so the Rams can't capitalize. They leave the bases loaded. In the meanwhile, they do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There was not a Shiloh error, but those 3 men left on base have to hurt at any time, even in a game like this. It's 7-0. Newton leads as we go to the 7th inning. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A Garden Weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the Square in Covington.
If you're age 60 or better, Newton Federal has created benefits especially for you. Our Now Interest checking account pays current market interest on your entire checking balance, not just part of it, if you maintain a $100 balance. And we offer it to our 60-plus customers with no minimum balance requirements and no monthly maintenance fees. Talk with us today at Newton Federal Savings and Loan, FDIC insured. After all, you deserve the best.
Last chance here for the Shiloh Generals, trailing by 7. Jason Lunsford, a masterfully pitched game, has not walked a batter yet tonight. He has allowed 8 base hits to the Shiloh Generals, but they're all wet, having not pushed a run across. Try to keep that streak alive here in the 7th inning. The worst thing you could possibly do as an official scorer, well, I'm not really an official scorer, but as a scorer in baseball, is to dump anything liquid on your scorebook, and that has just happened. So We could have some fun here over the next few games. Meanwhile, though, for the Shiloh Generals, here's David Platt. He'll be followed by Matt Holloman. Came in to pitch after being the DH to start the game, and then Josh Odell, the top of the order. Lunsford Wines brings it home. The first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Shiloh had 2 singles in the first. Couldn't push anything across. 2 hits in the second, a double and a single. Again, they couldn't push anything across. In the third, a single, no runs. In the fifth, 3 singles, no runs. To Wine, the 1-0 pitch, low, ball 2. By the way, finishing the line on Coker, he gave up 4 runs. They were earned on the 2 hits, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. 1-1 pitch, a strike called. So make it 1-2. David Platt is 0 for 2. A fly out to center and another pop out to first. There's a swing and a 1-hopper knocked down by Lunsford. He gloves and throws for the first out. Lunsford's delivery takes him toward third base, and he had to reach back across his body with the glove to make the play, but he knocked it down. That's all he had to do, and he made the out. That's out number 1. Now here's Holloman. Matt Holloman, a single and a fly out to second baseman Ryan Moon. Jason Lunsford, if he can hang on here, which it looks like he will go to 4-0 with 1 save. Lunsford throws the first one in low, ball 1. And it's interesting because at the beginning of the year, we knew about Richie Cleary, we knew about Luke Allen, that they were going to be aces for this staff, and the Rams needed someone else to step up. The 1-0 misses low, ball 2. But Jason Lunsford has stepped in and done a fine job for this Ram team. A 3-0 record with 1 save right now with a 1.37 ERA. Looking to throw a shutout in 8 Quad A South. I'm speechless over it. 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Middlebrooks flashes the signal. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that's low, ball 3. So Lunsford's in danger of walking his first batter of the game, and we're with 1 out here in the 7th. He brings the 3-0 on the way home. It's on the inside corner, strike 1. Lunsford has allowed only the 1 extra base hit. He's only struck out 2, but he hasn't walked any. 3-1, line on 1 hop. Lunsford makes the play again. And his throw to first in time. Almost a carbon copy of the previous play, except Lunsford had a cleaner play on this one. It was hit probably 5 feet more toward third base, so he could get a clean play on it and not just have to knock it down. The final hope for the Shiloh Generals, who are 1 out away from being shut out by the left-hander Jason Lunsford, is Josh Odell. Odell is 1 for 3. He did line one for a base hit his last time, but he was thrown out trying to score. Swinging a bouncer foul, it's 0-1. Rams will go to 10-3, 2-0 in sub-region play, having beaten Brookwood and Shiloh to start the sub-region schedule. After this, in order, it's Winder, then Rockdale, then Parkview, then Berkmar. Those are the next 4 Rams sub-region opponents. The wind, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. The left-hander winds and he deals, and it is popped foul first base side. Hires takes a look at it. It's out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Jason Lunsford now 1 strike away as some extra noise comes from the Newton Ram crowd. 1 strike away from picking up the win, going to 4-0 and finishing another masterful game. The Forest Park game is one you can look at as a great performance for him, an odd one because he had 7 walks and 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, but nonetheless a good performance. He's hoping to back it up with the same type of thing here. He winds, and the 1-2 pitch on the way home in the dirt, 5 feet in front of home plate, and Lunsford was jumping around the pitcher's mound. He wants strike 3 as much as anyone else, so it's 2-2 now. Lunsford wears number 22, which used to belong to another Newton Ram left-hander, Lance Shannon, who didn't pitch much but could certainly hit a whole lot, and he's at Georgia Tech right now, hoping to follow, I'm sure, in his footsteps. The 2-2, low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 7-0 your score. The Rams, the consistent effort, not a lot of base hits, but a lot of aggressive base running and a lot of walks. 3-2 pitch. Line toward Matt Easterday at shortstop. Boots it, but recovers. His throw is in time, and the Rams have shut out the Shiloh Generals 7-0. Jason Lunsford showing himself to be a superior pitcher on this day as he shuts out an 8 Quad A South foe, and the Rams stay undefeated in sub-region play. In just a moment, we'll be back to wrap the happy news up here from Riverside Park. Newton Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.